The second question is from Sauda Daniel, Atiya Sauda Daniel, who says, must a Muslim woman remove her khimar or niqab while praying in the masjid or anywhere else? If you're talking about the niqab, which is the face veil, yes, because a woman who's offering the prayer should uncover her face and hands. Similarly, if she is performing ihram, the Prophet ﷺ said in the sound hadith, لا تنتقب المحرمة ولا تلبس القفازين. And look at this hadith. The Prophet ﷺ says in it, whenever a woman is in a state of ihram, she's not supposed to wear niqab. She's not supposed to wear a face veil, nor cover her hands by the gloves. Which means, according to the diversion meaning, that was actually the prescription. But in the state of ihram, you don't do that. Similarly in the prayer. But what you do if you are around men, we'll talk about that after this code, inshallah. We were talking earlier about the question of Daniel's about a woman praying with the niqab or the face veil. The Prophet ﷺ said, لا تنتقب المحرمة ولا تلبس القفازين. A woman who's in a state of ihram should not cover her face, nor should she wear gloves. Aisha radiallahu anha narrated that they uncover their faces, but whenever men who are non-mahram would pass by them, they would lower the isdal to cover their faces, not to show their faces to men who are not their mahram, because they are in ihram, even if they are in ihram. So we learn from that a couple things. The first is in the prayer likewise. You must place your forehead and your nose against the floor. And you should not have any clothes or anything as a barrier, unless if there is a reason. Such as it was narrated that whenever the Prophet ﷺ prayed and it was really hot, so the Sahaba would place the rida, their shawls or their clothes on the floor so that they can protect their forehead and their noses from the heat of the sand. That is permissible in this case. Also, women who are praying in public or praying somewhere where there is a possibility that men are around them, it is permitted for them to keep their niqab on because of they are normally wearing the niqab. The hadith which I mentioned earlier is used by the group of the scholars who adopted the view that wearing a face veil for a woman is a must, because if the Prophet ﷺ ordered women to remove their face veil and their gloves while in a state of ihram, they said according to the diversion meaning, that means, or that should mean, that it is prescribed in other than the ihram that a woman should be covering her face and hands. As I mentioned repeatedly, this is a matter that is disputed between the scholars though.